This is one of my specialties of hearts. I like to make them fully sculpted, like you see here. This is mahogany obsidian, and it's been polished with tin oxide. This piece of agate is double-sided. There's one side right there and the opposite side. I used to exhibit that at the show with a thin piece of wire protruding from this end. Maybe it was from the other end. Okay, yeah, from the other end. And inserted into a motor underneath the case. And the cabochon would rotate around and around very slowly in the showcase. I've given most of my collection away to friends. But this is another heart, fully sculptured on silicone wheels and sanding disc and polished with tin oxide. This is a bolo tie that I made from a piece of obsidian. This one I had to use a chrysolite pad with diamond to polish it, because with tin oxide it kept spalling and scratching across it and everything. So I gave up on that and I went to diamond to polish this one. Notice the sheen on it. This is a tiger eye that I composited with the another section of it gone at an angle to give it an effect. To make this cross, it was fashioned from a piece of Montana agate, and after roughing it out, I had to use the side of the silicon carbide grinding wheels in order to shape the cross. And then I had to use a disc sander on the end of a cab unit and get up close to the edge of the rubber sander and finish the corners. And same way with the polishing, use a leather polisher with tin oxide to get polished right up into the corner. I created this little marble. It was wood opal, and I used a large dopstick and concave the end of it so I can spin this thing against the wheel, and I made a perfect little marble doing that. I don't recall the name of this agate, but it's very beautiful. Like I said, everything's been done with tin oxide polishing. I guess you would call this dendritic agate. This is blizzard obsidian, volcanic glass. This is another obsidian cab. You can see through it. This is bloodstone, but it has very little blood in it. There's some red specks in it here and there, but it's not a very good sample of it. It's just that I got a good polish on it. This is agatized palm wood. It came from Louisiana. Very pretty. Another piece of agatized palm wood from Louisiana. I think this is called Biggs Picture Jasper. I guess you would call this jadeite or jade. It's one of my favorite materials to work with. Green moss agate. This is another one of those stones I can't identify, but it has this metallic structure in it. You can see like a gold there. Well, like I said, when I was polishing it, the inclusions were silver, but they tarnished into like a brass or copper look. This is a piece of petrified wood that I found, a big old chunk of it up in Denver, up in the foothills of the Rockies. This is crazy lace agate. It's hard to get a real good polish on it because of all the inclusions in it. This is another stone that I just do not remember what it's called. There's another that I forget what it's called, and I'm 80 years old, so I have to forgive me a little bit for not remembering. But I sure love to get a diamond outfit. I'm thinking of the Cab King, 8-inch Cab King, maybe. Go out with a bang with that one. I like doing freeform cabs. This is a piece of copper ore that I'm trying to shape it into what it looked like when I got it. This is a little piece of Montana agate, and I like it because it looks like it's an island with a reflection of a tree in the water. This is called green moss agate, polished up very well. In 1960, I think it was, when I started cabochoning, I was stationed in Denver, Colorado, and I entered into the show at the Gem and Mineral show in Denver as a novice, because I just started out. And I called this orbiculated jasper, and I got gigged on that one a little bit. But I got first prize, ribbon anyway. And they told me to move up in class to master class, and I just started out on it. So that's one I mislabeled it. It's jasper, but it's not orbiculated jasper, apparently. This is another beautiful agate. I don't know if it's petrified wood or what, but it's extremely colorful. I haven't the slightest idea what this rock is called, but it's beautiful. I can see where I had apparently dropped it and it broke, and I had to use epoxy on it. You can see the crack across it there. Another piece of jade or neoprite. This is a smaller cab of the one I couldn't identify that had a crack across it. This is another stone that I don't recall what it's called, but it has beautiful iridescence in it. This is another piece of petrified palm wood. I like that little feather like in the middle of it. Another agate, polished up very, very well with tin oxide. I'm not sure, but I think this is called rhodochrosite. Beautiful stone. This is from a slab of crazy lace agate. A very beautiful agate. I think this is some form of jade. This is petrified palm wood. More jasper. This is mahogany obsidian. Portions of it are clear. It's very hard to get the lighting on it without losing some of the detail. I made this pendant for my necklace for my daughter. Very pretty blue stone. Got a high polish on it. But again, I can't remember what stone it is. This is a jade necklace I made for my daughter. I love working with jade. It's a fantastic material to work with. Another piece that I don't recall the name of it. Another unidentified stone. I knew all these at one time. This is another very pretty agate. So I put it in a finding from my mother. Now this stone didn't polish up the way I wanted it to, but it's pretty.